Is it sane? Is it possible? Still I ask myself, are we, am I? In our game, it's not logical, but you contemplate, are we, am I?
The Rogers Center roof is open. It's October 13th, and the Rogers Center roof is open. I can't believe it. It's not a thing that the Blue Jays can choose to do if you're not aware of how the roof opens and who makes the decision. For the playoffs, that is up to Major League Baseball. They make the determination on what is going to be the most fair for both of the teams. And they decided today that the roof needs to be open. How fun. You can't call game 2 of a series a must-win game. Right? You can't call it that. But when you lose the first one at home, we all know in a 7-game series, game 2 becomes a must-win for that team that lost. Because you can't go on the road down 0-2. First pitch is thrown by Trey Savage, the 22-year-old, is on the mound for his 5th career start. His CN Tower-like stature is out there and up 0-2 in the count to start this thing off early for the Blue Jays. Thank you for being here. You could have been anywhere in the world, but chose to be watching right now, and I appreciate you for that. A Savage falls behind throws a ball here. Doesn't fall behind, but throws a ball to Rosarena. 1-2 in the count. Let's see what this 1-2 pitch does. That's on the corner. Oh! No! They don't give him the strike call. Sedin Magic says, got my home jersey on. Let's do this. Go Jays. Go Jays indeed. Fritz 82. I mean, this is some kind of English. Why no Leafs game? Why no? The Leafs game was earlier and I was there. That's a wall. Oh, he hits him. Trey Savage starts the game. It's ball 4 anyways. Trey Savage starts the game ahead 0-2 on Randy Rosarena. Rosarena works the count back to 3-2. And then Savage hits him. Not great to start the game. The Blue Jays. The Blue Jays. Got all my words twisted today. Leafs. I was there earlier. I was there for a little bit in the morning to hear Craig Berube speak to the media. I wanted to see Easton Cowan's inaugural lap around the ice. His rookie lap. He went buckets off. It was fun to see. Had to leave around towards the end of the game-ish to race home and do this. Couldn't stay for the post-game comments from the team. Bad loss there. Bad loss to the Red Wings. Shouldn't lose that game. Should at least walk away with a point there. It's disappointing. We'll go over that strike that wasn't a strike because that's the only reason Rosarena's on first right now. Eating snowman. Red Wings are a wagon. Had some lemon tea, some honey in it. SpongeBob mug is the mug we're using today. We've gone with a couple office-themed mugs. SpongeBob today. We're going to pull up the strike zone there on that Rosarena pitch when we get a pause in the action. It was brutal stuff. Cal Raleigh ahead 3-1, fouls one off, 3-2 now. A Savage against Cal. First time that these two are going head-to-head, batter against pitcher. Rogers Center is on their feet right now with 2 strikes and a Savage dealing to Cal. Ball low! Ball low. Are we worried? Are we worried? Mariners. I can't speak today. It's been a long day. Mariners start the game with 2 batters on. Runner on second, runner on first. None out. Julio Rodriguez now at the plate. 0-2, the count to Rodriguez. That's how you like it. Throw strikes, young Trey. Ball low. McSwedish wants the triple play. Coxie0706 thinking the triple play. We got a lot of people in the chat manifesting a triple play. Let's see what they got. Oh! That ball's hit long. That ball's hit far. That ball is gone over the left field wall. Julio Rodriguez opens this game for the Mariners with a 3-run bomb off Trey Savage. This is exactly how you don't want to start a baseball game. Rogers Center is silent. You can hear a pin drop. Oh, no. That's the first home run Trey Savage has given up in his career as a major league pitcher. He has never given up a home run before until this moment. Julio Rodriguez's 3-run shot to make it 3-0 Mariners. Jorge Polanco strikes out swinging. Wow. This Mariners team is good. They have great pitching. They have great hitting. This was always going to be a tough series for the Jays. And it is not looking good. 1 out into this game. Joshua Lambert with the super chat. It says Lane Hudson signing is making this stomachable. If you are a Habs fan, thank your lucky stars that you have Kent Hughes as your general manager. That guy knows how to negotiate. You can see that he was a former agent. Look at the contracts on Montreal. Absolutely masterclass of a deal there. You guys, Montreal, you guys are going to have a good team for a long, long time. You have a Stanley Cup window that's going to last like 10 years. Trey Savage was ahead on Naylor 0-2. Throws a ball there. Still ahead, but it's 1-2 in the count now. 1 out. Josh Naylor at the plate. Oh, Josh Naylor gets that off the foot. He's limping around. He's got to shake that off. The training staff is coming out to attend to Naylor now. That was a tough one. That inside of the foot is a tough area to get hit. There's there's nothing there. It hurts. It's an awkward spot. It's like stubbing your toe. James Stemler says, I've missed everything that's happened because the SN app keeps glitching out on me. Gotta love $300 a year for a service that fails in big moments. Oh, my goodness. Man, when they had that price hike a couple months ago, it's bad. I don't want to go in on Sportsnet. Let's not do that with our afternoon. But James, I feel for you. Yeah, the consumer pays too much for a product that is not high quality enough. You can't deny that. The service they provide isn't worth the money they're charging, and they need to up their quality. Sedin Magic 1591. It's a very winnable series, though. We know they can do it. It's just a matter of will they. If the Blue Jays play how they can and there's a base hit up the middle. Josh Naylor singles up the middle. We are in a rough place right now, top of the first inning. We are in a rough place. Eugenio Suarez is at the plate now. 1 out still. 3-0 Seattle. Trey Savage not dealing. Eugenio's not hitting too well this postseason. Only hitting 120. So we'll see if A. Savage can take advantage of his cold bat. Braden Fisher is up in the pen. Oh, my goodness. Talk about disaster. The bullpen is warming up for the Jays. Thankfully, strikeout for the second out of the inning here. Suarez swings and misses on a high fastball. If the Jays walk away only allowing 3 here, this game's not over, people. We got 8.5 innings to go. We're going to be here all evening. I hope you got your dinner ready on this Thanksgiving Monday. Canzone is at the plate now. The ump does owe us a call, but last game, the ump gave the Jays a lot of calls. There's a steal by Josh Naylor. Successful. Josh Naylor, one of the smartest players around the base pass in Major League Baseball. He is not quick. He is just savvy. Hey, shout out W Rack. That's Wes? Is that Wes Richard? Shout out Wes gifting 10 SDPN memberships. That brings out a member of the Dancing Animal Squad. And Canzone strikes out for out number 3 in the inning. Thankfully, the Jays are finally out of that mess. Yeah, YouTube changed it, so it's all handles. Yeah, if you're in the chat looks kind of different. James Stemler says, so Sabres fans were chanting Fire Adams today. Yeah, Sabres stink. 0-3 start to the year. Tage Thompson's got to answer questions about what a dire situation it is. Half their roster's injured. And for some reason, Sabres fans thought this year would be different. And that really confused me. I don't understand Sabres fans. I don't think they have a good assessment of what their team is. Kevin Adams sucks at his job. And they're not good. And as long as he is running the team, they're not going to build a good team. And I'm very confident in saying that. I think that's going to hold true for as long as he is running that team. And I don't never have to take that back. Yeah, Norris is out 8 weeks at minimum, they're saying. We got to the top of the first inning and 3 outs before we started doing Hockey Corner. It's a good distraction from the fact that the Jays are down 3-0 and we're 20 minutes into this stream. Not ideal, folks. Not ideal at all. Vegas, Anthony, that Norris trade was stupid. It made no sense. I had no idea why they did that. They got rid of the better player for an injured guy, plus sent a second-round pick, plus who cares about Bernard Docker? Let's go through the lineups here. Let's get back to Jays talk. Julio Rodriguez's home run was an absolute bomb out to left field, a no-doubter of all no-doubters. We're going to pull it up on Game Day 3D here. I pushed the mic in with my mouth. I hope everybody enjoyed that. Here is the Game Day 3D. I'm going to make myself a little smaller. I'm blocking a lot of this Game Day right now. All right, get out of the way, Jesse. There we go. All right, Game Day 3D. Rodriguez. Look at this thing. A Savage pitches. He knew it as soon as he hit it. Look at that thing. The second. Oh, no, it didn't land second deck. Just out there in that little area up there in the first deck amongst those fans. Rodriguez knew it. Let's go a different angle here. We'll do the action cam. Look at this thing. Oh, my goodness. That's a bomb. Jays down 3-0. Just like that. Just like that. Mixed Swedish. Great point here. Let's chat about the lineups. Santander is not in the lineup for the Toronto Blue Jays. He was originally scheduled to hit in the 7 spot, but he got some back tightness in his pregame warmups, and he's been replaced by David Schneider and scratched for the game. Schneider went into the 8 spot, and Ernie Clement was moved up to the 7 spot. The Blue Jays are running out Springer at DH, Lucas in right field, Guerrero at first, Barger at third, Kirk behind the plate, Varsho in center, Clement at second, Schneider left, Jimenez shortstop. That is the Blue Jays lineup. Springer, Lucas, Guerrero due up here to face Gilbert to start this thing. Logan Gilbert, 2 appearances. This is his 3rd appearance in the playoffs so far. 2-2 against George Springer to start his game. He had a 6-inning, 4-hit outing against the Tigers. Picked up the win in that game. George Springer out to left field. Foul ball. Foul ball. That's annoying. Oh! It was so close. Real close there. George again. This time, this one's going to stay fair, and it's off the wall. That's a double for George Springer. I know we were writing a lot of eulogies for the Jays after that top of the first inning, but hold your horses. This thing's got 8.5 innings to play. It's very much not over. Springer is heating up. Standing on second base. Robert Bett says, Lucas yesterday, I'll get back to your super chat 1 second. Lucas yesterday left the game. He had a contusion on his knee after taking the ball off his knee, after he fouled it off his own knee. So it's great to see Nathan Lucas at the plate here, healthy and hitting and be able to play. John Schneider said pregame that if this was July, Lucas probably wouldn't be in the lineup. Here he is, grounded at first, and it's thrown away. George Springer's going to score. Nathan Lucas goes to second. Error by Seattle leads to a run for the Jays. 3-1. We are back in this. We are so back. That is why you hustle down the line. Nathan Lucas hustling down the line forces first baseman there to try and make a play to Gilbert. Josh Naylor with a poor decision to backhand flip that ball, and it goes into foul territory there. Lucas runs through first all the way to second. Great run. Springer comes around to score. Vladdy is at the plate now. Wes Richard gives 5 SDPN memberships. And we need to get back to a super chat. We have a man on second now. None out. None out. Robert Bett wants to hear my thoughts on Cowan's play today. I thought he played really well, especially on the top line. Cowan had a good game. He had that one pass that was so nice to Austin that sprung him for a breakaway. I thought he looked really comfortable on that line, especially towards that second period where they started racking up all those shots. He was a large part of them dominating the possession game. I thought Cowan looks right in place there on that top line. Guerrero chops one here to shortstop. Nice play there. J.P. Crawford with a nice scoop and throw to retire Vladdy for the first out of the game on the Blue Jays side of the inning. 1 out. Nathan Lucas is now on third base with Addison Barger in the cleanup spot. And we got a visit to the mound by Cal Raleigh. Thank you again, Wes, for those gifted memberships. And I like your Rocket Super Chat as well. Thank you again for spending your Thanksgiving Monday with us here at SDPN. Let's see if Barger can cash in this run. Game 1, he was 0 for 2. All he needs to do is just get a ball in play here. Get a ball in play. Get this game within 1. That's a foul ball. Anything in the air, even something on the ground towards the middle of the diamond, like a ground out to second base, looks like it'll score a run with how deep they're playing. I don't think they're too far in. Trying to look at the infield alignment here. They're the shortstop's a little in. Third base is in a good spot. Josh Naylor at first is kind of his normal spot. There's an opportunity here where Barger can just put it in play. It's a run. That's a ball outside. 1-2 is the count. Infield is in now. They've shifted since 2 strikes are on. They've come in a little. That's a ball again. 2-2. Barger fights his way back. All Barger needs to do here is get the ball into play to score Lucas here. And he swings and misses. Oh, that's brutal. That's brutal. That was a nice pitch. Oh, my goodness. That's a beautiful pitch. Gilbert, beautiful split finger fastball there. Now it's up to Alejandro Kirk, who puts the ball into play and scores Nathan Lucas. That runner will not be stranded at third. It is an Alejandro Kirk base hit to score Nathan Lucas. Well done, Blue Jays. You go down 3-0 at the top of the inning. Come back with a couple runs in the bottom of the inning. That's what you like to see. You can't stay out of these things for too long. You give up a couple and then you come right back. That's a hard hit by Varsho. Out to right field, but right at the right fielder of Robles for the third out of the inning. Jays get 2 back. You love to see it. You love to see it. 2 back in the inning. That is our Captain Kirk, Denise. That is our Captain Kirk. Okay. Is everybody good now? Is everybody good that the Jays got a couple back? As Zin, these usernames, I gotta take a long time to read these. That Zin says they scored more than last night. Facts. They did score more than last night. Mixed Swedish says, I don't need my puffer. Breathe, Mixed Swedish. Jacqueline, we can breathe again. Wes Richard says, everything is awesome. All right. We're back at the Rogers Center. Dome is opened. Sorry, I got a message. Need to check it. Leafs lost. I hope Toronto doesn't make this a double loss day. It was a bad game against Detroit. I'm happy that they're able to get going again tomorrow against the Kraken. Hopefully there's bounce back opportunity there. It's just Julia says the Blue Jays do thrive when behind, right? They do. And they are behind in the series. As you can see right there, it's 1-0 Mariners. And they are behind in the game. As you can see there, it's 3-2 Mariners. So, Toronto, the comeback kids, are primed to have another comeback victory. This is from Joshua Lambert, a super chat. I wonder if your Red Wings take on the SDP cursed the Leafs, Jesse. My Red Wings take on the SDP was that they're going to miss the playoffs and just kind of be what the Red Wings have been for the last decade. That was my prediction. And maybe I'm going to be wrong, you know? But it's up to them to prove me wrong as opposed to me believing in them. That's where we got to land with the Red Wings. They owe it to us to make us believe rather than us blindly believing in the Yzer plan. Trey Savage starts against Robles with a strike. Robles only hitting 167 in the postseason so far. We got another super chat. Savage must keep them scoreless in the second to get some confidence. Yes. This is imperative here that Savage keeps his pitch count down, has a quick inning, and keeps this thing a one-run game. That was the problem yesterday. That was my huge and my big and my only problem with the way the Jays played yesterday. Actually, I had two problems. Well, it was one kind of overarching problem. There's a fly out to right field. Nathan Lucas is in perfect position to just walk a couple steps and grab that liner. My problem yesterday with the way the Jays bats handled things was that they let Bryce get back into the game after a very tough first inning. If you look at the pitch counts that the Mariners pitchers had throughout the game, Bryce threw 27 in the first inning. And then he threw 7 pitches, 8 pitches, 8 pitches, 11 pitches, 15 pitches. That's through 6 innings. A ridiculously low number of pitches for somebody who threw 27 in the first inning. The batters did not wait. And here, Jay Savage has to do that against this Mariners lineup. His pitch count climbed. It ballooned in that first inning. That was an ugly first inning. Now he has to make this second through. Hopefully he can go like 6, 7 here. Pop up here. Jimenez has to call off Clement. Does it correctly and loudly. And he catches that fly out. 2 outs in the inning. I'm asking for Trey Savage to have single-digit pitch innings. That's what I want to see out of this kid so we can go deep into this ball game. That's what the Jays need. That's what I want out of Trey Savage. We got a super chat here. We got 3 super chats we need to get to. First of all, thank you guys. Bring on a member of the DOS here for the super chats. Oh, there's a little giraffe dancing on the logo. How fun is that? Stefan Enman says, what should I do with Sorokin in my fantasy league? Ooh, that's tough. I don't care for goalies in hockey fantasy. I am a 0 goalie drafter. I don't believe in drafting goalies. I waiver goalies each week. We have a 3 appearance minimum in my fantasy league for goaltenders. I pick up one guy who's going to possibly play like 2 games that week. And then I get another goalie who like plays 1 or 2 as well. Maybe I'll keep one for a couple weeks and that sort of thing, but I don't draft goalies, so I wouldn't care to have Sorokin. That's a strikeout by A. Savage. Beautiful. Beautiful bounce back inning there by Trey A. Savage. You love to see it. Well done. A. Savage gets Randy Arozarena looking on a cold slider. That was a great pitch. Worked its way left to right on your TV screen. Beautiful. Beautiful from Trey. Great bounce back inning. Stefan, I would move off of Sorokin, try and trade him. I like goalies that I can waiver so I'm never tied to goaltenders because goaltenders are so shaky. So I don't believe in goaltenders in NHL fantasy. All right, next super chat. Wes Richard says, why is YouTube stinky and do all the username change? I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe, is it something we could change too in our settings? I don't think so. It's probably just across YouTube. But yeah, now when you're looking at the chat, you just see the usernames instead of the names people assign to themselves. It's a very odd change. Very odd change. Next super chat, Justin Fisher. Top 3 fave pitches. I have a baseball in front of me, in my hand. not necessarily one you threw. Top 3 fave pitches. A good slider is always like the best thing ever. Curveballs are so dangerous because I feel like it's so easy to hang a curveball. A splitter. You know what? Splitters, I think, okay, I'll rank splitters 1 because the deceptiveness of a splitter is one of the most fun things in baseball. So, like, when a splitter's coming out of the hand, it can look like a fastball. And when it gets to the plate, it's suddenly breaking and it's slower, but halfway through coming down from the mound to the plate, it's so confusing. So, like, for the deceptive nature of the pitch, I'll say splitters number 1. Kevin Gausman's splitter is what I'm talking about. Like, that splitter is so darn cool. I want to see if I can get a good overlay of a splitter here coming out of the hand. There's always good ones on Twitter. But I don't have no, I can't find it real quick while I'm talking, so but if I could show you, like, halfway through, splitters and fastballs are so close to each other that they're so hard to hit and they're so deceptive that if you can throw a great splitter, that can just be the pitch you're going with. So splitters 1. 2, I'll say a slider. Maybe even like a more modern day sweeper. Sweepers these days, the way they move across the zone is always fun. We got a hit here by Ernie Clement to start off this inning. Ernie Clement, base hit. Start the inning. Jays tying run on base. Oh, what a beautiful piece of hitting by Ernie Clement. Ernie Clement is unreal in these playoffs. My goodness. Davis Schneider's now in the game. Late addition to the game because Santander had to be scratched because of back tightness. Hopefully Davis Schneider here can take advantage of his opportunity. Playing this lineup, playing in the postseason here. Check swing. He's going to advance the runner, so it's essentially like a bunt. That's okay. We'll take that. I'll take that. One out here. Jimenez is coming to the plate. Chance to cash in Ernie Clement with a single. You know what's funny? I'm talking about Kevin Gausman's splitter. Bryce Miller, who pitched yesterday, credits Kevin Gausman for making his splitter so good. I should have talked about this yesterday. Because, like, Bryce Miller deals against the Jays and against Gausman. There's a hit out to first base. Jimenez is going to ground out. Jimenez grounds out to first. The runner advances to third, but now there's 2 out in the inning. George Springer, though, is at the plate, and George Springer has been hitting the ball really well. Let's see if Springer can cash a run here with a base hit. Two outs. 3-2. Gilbert Springer. Springer, remember, in his first at-bat, almost hit a home run twice. He had a ball that was just foul. It was like a couple feet left of the foul pole, and then he doubled well out into left center, and that ball's gone in a couple of different parks. But Rogers Center is a little deep in that area. He's seeing the ball well. Maybe this is the opportunity the Jays will get to tie the game. This is an opportunity for the Jays here to tie the game. Maybe this is when Springer does it. 2-1 is the count. That was a splitter low. Shane Bieber starting game number 3 on Wednesday. Wednesday night, game 3, Shane Bieber starts. Swing and a miss by George Springer. 2-2 is the count. 2 out, 1 on, 2-2. Bottom of the second, Jays trail by 1. Gilbert deals. Springer! Foul! Woo! Springer saw that one. His eyes lit up, but he was just a tad ahead of it. A little antsy. That was a splitter that hung up in the zone. Springer saw it. Couldn't wait. Fouled it off. 2-2 again. Strike. Oh! We're even. We're even. We're even. Seattle fans, we got one. You got one. Oh my goodness, that was a bad call. Yay, Savage got screwed on one. Gilbert gets screwed on one. We're all square. Springer fouls one off. He's got to make the umpire pay. Take advantage of that non-called strike 3. The Mariners were able to do it. Can the Jays do it? Can George Springer cash this run? 3-2 pitch. Ball low. Ball low. Nathan Lucas. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this pitch. This is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Everybody enjoy this. Look at this. Number 6. Even the 8th pitch, 6 and 8 were ruled balls. They are very much in the zone. Wow. Nathan Lucas takes that first pitch for a strike. It's 0-1. That's crazy. 6 and 8. Those pitches to George Springer. Very much strikes. Called a ball. I'll take it. 1-1 is the count to Lucas here. 1-1 is the count to Lucas. Two out here, 3-2. And that ball's hit out to right field. Lucas cashes. Ernie Clement. George Springer goes to third. The Toronto Blue Jays take advantage of the non-called strike 3, and they tie up this ball game. Bring out some DOS. Wes Richard to celebrate the run there. 5 gifted SDP VIP memberships. Robert Malloy is correct. Baseball is long. This game is just getting started. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is now at the plate. 3-3, 2 outs. Bottom of the second. We're all square, baby. Sedin Magic 1591 says, Vladdy, do us all a favor and hit this ball to another postal code. If you are in Hamilton right now, get your gloves out. This ball may be coming your way, and you might have to catch it. We want a deep one from Vladdy. I'll take a base hit, though, too. I don't want to be greedy. I don't want to be greedy. I'll take a base hit or a home run. Either of those works. Just let me enjoy something here, Vladdy. Give us a hit. 2-0. Woo. Robert Bet, what are you going to do when they bring in AI umps? I will pray to my AI overlords and thank them for coming to fix this game. I'm all in favor of AI umps and the system they're going to install next season to do video review on balls and strikes. They should do that. Use technology. Use as much technology as you can to get things right. That is where technology should be in the game. Get rid of pitch calm. Use the automatic balls and strike system. That's what I need for my baseball. Vladdy takes a tight one on the inside corner for the 3-1 pitch. They call it a strike, 3-1. Let's see what we can do here with Vladdy. Is he going to swing away? 3-1. Is he going to get the green light to hit a fastball? Oh, he steps off. Gilbert steps off and boos rain down in the Rogers Center and boos rain down from our stream. 3-1, 2 out, pitch. Vladdy swings through it. Woo! He saw a fastball and he wanted it. And he couldn't catch up to it, unfortunately. 3-2 pitch coming from Gilbert to Guerrero. 2 out, tie ball game. Swings foul. Whew, splitter, 80 low. I need a sip of tea. Justin Fisher, 100% robo-umps, but they run ads like a fridge, yes or no? If they have advertisements on the robo-umps, we all should stop watching baseball. Vladdy swings foul ball. We just need a base hit, Vladdy. I am not greedy. I know Sedin Magic 15 wants a 3-run shot. I'll take that too. But I'm a simple man. I like singles. Vladdy, deliver me one here. Foul ball again. Great piece of hitting here. Running up this pitch count. 8 pitches in this at-bat so far. Great stuff from Vladdy at the plate. 45 pitches on this game so far for Gilbert. That's what I like to see out of my Jays. There's a hit to second base, and Vladdy is going to be retired. The Jays, however, tie this game, which is a great thing. It is the end of the second inning, and it's a tie ball game. Brand new game. We originally started with a 9-inning game. Now this game is only 7 innings because we are all square again at the top of the third. Vladdy did have a good at-bat. Didn't get a hit. It was a solid at-bat. He worked that thing for 9 pitches. I will take that. That is very good. I want to bring up this video here because I was chatting earlier about Kevin Gausman's splitter and how much I love splitters. So I'm going to bring this up. Let me see if I can do this. There we go. Okay. This is an overlay of Kevin Gausman throwing his splitter. So you'll see him there. There's 2 Kevin Gausmans there. You'll see the 2 pitches being thrown. So there he's throwing it. And then you'll see the release of the ball. So as it's coming to the hitter, like look how close they are. Look how close they are. Like, so you're in that batter's box and you see those 2 pitches. At this point, halfway through from the rubber to the plate, they look almost identical. And then you get to here, and it just drops. It's magic. When I tell you baseball is magic, this is what I'm talking about. Pitchers are wizards. So the splitter there, you'll see it go low. The fastball goes straight. And look where they end up. Look where the pitches, one was 84 and one was 86. Kevin Gausman is a magician. They got another angle here. This is a little closer. So you see the 2 pitches. They get this close to the batter. And then all of a sudden here, the fastball goes straight. The splitter goes down. Oh my God. 96 and 84. Unreal. That's what I want to talk about with the splitters. That's why splitters are magic. But with the differences in speed, you can kind of, I don't know how quickly you can pick up that one's going slower and one's going the faster, but unreal there. The 96 and 84 difference, and then the drop is what I love. Cal Raleigh flies out very quick. Oh my goodness, Trey. Trey A. Savage. Best hitter in the American League this season. Sorry, Aaron Judge. Cal Raleigh, first pitch swinging, flies out to Nathan Lucas. Jeff Lee says, drink some honey. There's some honey in my tea. There is some honey in my tea, but my voice has been taking an absolute beating streaming all these baseball games. Baseball is every single day. It doesn't stop. And you go for 3.5 hours on these things. So it's going to take a bit to recover. Trey A. Savage, Julio Rodriguez. 2-0. 3-0 now. That's a ball. That's not great. And Trey loses them. I hate 4-pitch walks. I hate walks. Walks are my least favorite thing you can do as a pitcher. I'm probably a broken record. People who've been on these streams a lot. I love when pitchers throw strikes. I hate walks. 4-pitch walk there. That's nerves from a kid. That's nerves from a kid because he can throw it over the plate there, and he's just not doing it. Jorge Polanco now at the plate. Grounds it over to second. They're going to try and turn 2, but they can't. Jimenez eats it at second. They just get the force out at second. That's 2 out. Clement, nice play to catch that pretty deep in the hole. Oh, he bobbled it. Was able to get it. Throw it over to Jimenez, who eats it there at second. Josh Naylor, the Canadian, the PSYOP for Canada at the plate. Mississauga's very own. Jeff Lee says balks are the worst. Yeah, balks are the worst. Let's see if Trey Savage can retire Naylor here. Uh-oh. That ball is hit and dropping quickly. Varsho cannot get to it. Jorge Polanco goes first to third. Naylor is on first with the single. 2 out here. Seattle's got 2 runners on base, tied 3-3, 2 outs, top of the third. Trey Savage is getting in trouble here. Getting in trouble a lot. Only top of the third. He's already had a lot of men on base. A Savage deals to Eugenio Suarez, who lines it out to Dalton Varsho. This time, Dalton Varsho, diving grab. That's our platinum glove center fielder right there. Suarez looks like he put a good shot into center that's going to net him a couple bases. But Dalton Varsho has other ideas. Diving grab head first into the turf, catches it clean for the 3rd out of the inning. That's why we employ Dalton Varsho for plays like that. Love it. Love that. All right, let's revisit a couple plays here from this game. First, Alejandro Kirk in the bottom of the 1st inning. Line drive to Julio Rodriguez in center field that scored Nathan Lucas. Let's look at this replay here. Let's hang out. We got replays and stuff. You know us, SDPN on the Game Day 3D view. Alejandro Kirk at the plate, facing Gilbert. Looking at this pitch, gets one to hit, lines it out into center field. That brought in a run there for the Jays. Oh, he's pumped. You know that. Let's check it out from the action cam. Alejandro Kirk at the plate once again. You'll see the runner on third base. That's Nathan Lucas, who easily scores. This was the first run of the ball game for the Toronto Blue Jays. And now let's take a look at them cashing in some more. That one made it... Actually, that was the second run of the game. It was the second run of the game because the first run of the game was the Nathan Lucas grounder that Josh Naylor committed the error on. That was the second run of the game. And then the third run to tie it up was Nathan Lucas, who has been such an important part of this game, scoring that second run, singling to score George Springer, to score Ernie Clement on this pitch. So Nathan Lucas flying this one out to, let's bring it up here, right field. Good piece of hitting. There it is, base hit. George Springer goes first to third. Nathan Lucas, tidy piece of hitting, ties up the game for the Blue Jays. Let's check it out from the action cam one more time. There it is. I'll bring it back for you. Nathan Lucas staring down Gilbert. Nice hit right into the hole. George Springer, great piece of running. they throw it in there. Jays, Mariners, all square. We are in the bottom of the third inning. Barger, Kirk, Varsho, due up. The count is 1-0. Barger fouls that one off. I'm hoping that the Jays can get some more runs early because that Mariners bullpen is good. The Mariners bullpen is good. So hopefully they can beat up on Logan Gilbert a little here, who's also pretty good. But it scares me. The Mariners getting to that bullpen and shutting down the Jays. It's a good team. Chat, how are you feeling right now? Jeff Lee says the roof needs to stay open. There's some fascinating roof stats with the Blue Jays. Sportsnet Stats tweeted this out earlier. With the roof open, the Jays have scored 6 runs per game, 1.56 home runs per game, are averaging 284 and have a 486 slugging percentage. With the roof closed, they go from 6 runs per game to 4 runs per game. They go from 1.5 home runs per game to 1.1 home runs per game. Their batting average goes from 284 to 260, and their slugging percentage goes from 486 to 435. Barger grounds out there. Grounds out to Jorge Polanco at second, who throws it over to Josh Naylor at first. The roof open stats are alarming. The Rogers Center should not have a roof. They got to play with it open at all moments. Alejandro Kirk here, first pitch swinging, flies out to right field. That thing's going to be caught easily and is. Victor Robles retires Kirk for the second out of the inning. Keep open the roof. It's good luck for the Jays. Quick retirement there by the first 2 batters. Varsho, the hot-hitting Dalton Varsho, is now at the plate. One and 0. 1-0 in the count right now. 1-2 with a strike on the black. Jeff Lee says, players can dress warm. I agree. Who cares about the dome? Who cares about temperature control? Remember Exhibition Stadium for us olds? I don't even remember it, to be honest. I've just seen the videos and the pictures and everything. But the Jays used to have Exhibition Stadium, and it snowed there in their first game ever. And it would snow quite often because that was an outdoor stadium where the Argos used to play as well. And that thing was apparently a disaster. My dad would tell me about that place. He went to games there way back in the day. 2-2's the count here. 2 outs. Loop 42s says, hey, Jesse, hopping in as a non-baseball fan. 3-2 is the count. Just to see what the fuss is about. Want to explain what's going on for a noob like me? Well, I guess there's a lot to explain. If you understand, do you understand baseball? underrated part of like having your franchise go on playoff runs and like a city getting behind it is swing and a miss there. Second strikeout of the game there by Gilbert. Varsho strikes out for the third out of the inning. Underrated part of having a team in your city go on a really good playoff run is you get a bunch of new fans because people want to be a part of the excitement. People want to be a part of what's going on in their city. And regular season, it doesn't even compare to what happens in the playoffs in every sports town. So, like, these franchises who are stinking for so long, like the Sabres, you never get that new fan bump of people, like, caring about your team and building lifelong fans. Like, people remember the winning. People remember the playoffs and the big moments and the stakes when they're high. And you know how many new Jays fans are being created through this run here? If this team goes to the World Series, you know what's new baseball fans are going to be made in Toronto? It's going to be awesome. And all across Canada, too, because it's really Canada's team. It's not just Toronto's. So, like, those loser stinker cities where they got loser stinkers teams like the Pittsburgh Pirates, you guys are missing out. Those owners, they don't realize what a boom it's going to be for the longevity of their franchise to just win games and win games in the playoffs and make things matter. That is my rant. Eating Snowman says, all I know about baseball is all the Canadians have to support the Leafs baseball team. Facts. Every Canadian has to be a fan of the Maple Leafs baseball team. That's how people refer to the Blue Jays. I'm being sarcastic. It's a very funny way to look at it. That's funny. But nobody looks at it that way, right? Coming up in this inning, Trey Savage remains on the mound. Canzone, Robles, and JP Crawford are coming to the plate. That is the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in this Mariners order. So, Savage is at 55 pitches through 3 innings as we enter the top of the 4th here. If he can get a quick inning here, he should be able to go 2 more. Based on how this thing's gone, I'm thinking 5 for Savage is what I'd like to see. 5 at minimum is what I'm asking for. Robert Bett says Exhibition Stadium was crap, but now it's gone. I miss it. Isn't that how it always works? You know? Things are so poopy when they're around, and then you just miss it for the nostalgia factor of how poopy it was. Like, VCRs genuinely sucked. CDs sucked. Like, CDs were awful. But I kind of miss CDs. They were cool. But in terms of, like, hey, we got a ground out here. Canzone grounds out to Clement at second, who throws it over to Vladdy at first. That's the first out of the inning. Great work, Savage. CDs genuinely were terrible. Like, trying to skip to a song on a CD. You can't compare that to just, like, having Apple Music and pressing your phone and you get a song and having the entire world catalog of music ever in your cell phone. Can't compare to owning 100 million CDs and trying to find your favorite song. But CDs were kind of fun. But I would never go back because the new technology is better. But nostalgia hits you sometimes. Kanu says, Jesse, you don't remember A-track tapes. No, I am not old enough for A-track. I know I got grays, but I'm not old enough for A-track tapes. that was a little ahead of my time. Robles is here at the plate. 1-2 is the count. 1 out. JAYS Savage trying to retire this batter. Doesn't. Oh, no. Oh. JAYS Savage doesn't get the call on a slider that looked like a strike. This umpire is all over the place. Woo! Next year is going to be so good. Ryan Dolph says, physical media is important. So true. If you want me to rant on physical media, I'm going to do it, and nobody's here to stop me. If you want this rant, you're going to get it. And if you don't want it, too bad. Physical media, with everything existing in streaming, the people, there's a swing out to center field that's going to be caught by Dalton Varsho for the second out of the inning. Robles is retired by JAYS Savage. These streamers, these movie studios, these TV studios who own their content, they own it, and they can take it away from you. And that's not good. Physical media allows you to own a copy of that. And when it's on a streamer and it just exists on their server, and you are beholden to them giving you access to the content, that's a dangerous way for us to have our media stored in this environment. They can give it to you and they can take it away. And for me, for things that I enjoy and for pieces of media that are too important to the world, I think of like my favorite movies. If you run them down, whatever your favorite movie is, what that means to you. And just because, oh, here's a fly ball out to left field. David Schneider's running over. J.P. Crawford is retired. That is a good inning by JAYS Savage. 1, 2, 3 outs very quick. Well done. Well done. That's what we want. That's what we need. When you love a song, when you love a TV show, when you love a video game, and that thing only exists on the server of the person who made it, the company that made it, that should not, it's how the society works right now. So I guess I was going to say it shouldn't sit well with you, but that's how it's gone in society, and it's dangerous. Because if they don't want to give it to you, they don't have to. And if you're somebody who really cares about content and your favorite pieces of creative pieces of content, whether that's music or video games or whatever in between, books even, you know? Imagine all of our books were digital. And it was like, okay, 1984, we're taking that away. I own Penguin Publishing, and all of my books are digital, and I'm taking that off of the book streamer, and then now nobody can read it and learn it. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. It's scary. It's scary. Society's scary. The internet's scary. But we're all here together. Thank goodness for the internet, you know? I'm sitting here talking to you because of it. Robert Bett says, I think they should bring records back. Yes, I'm old. Records, that's a bad way to listen to music. But records are awesome. I own a ton of records. Awful way to listen to music. You ever tried dropping a needle to find a song? Terrible. I'd rather have a thing on my phone. The best is the best of both worlds, right? You got to give it to the people that want to own the physical, and then you need to give it to the people who just want the access. That is how it should be done. Hey! The Toronto Blue Jays have chased the starter Gilbert from the game. There is a pitching change. Logan Gilbert is out of this game. And Ernie Clement is at the plate. I'm curious about the pitching change here so early. Clement fires one into left field. Foul. Oh, my goodness. Foul ball. Curious decision here. By the Mariners to go to the pen so early. Interesting. Gilbert had only thrown how many pitches? 58 pitches. But here we go. A little chopper by Ernie Clement trying to beat it out. Can't do it. Cal Raleigh with a nice play. Uh-oh. Cal's hurt. He's up. He's all right. Robert Malloy with a great point here. Their arms are still noodles. Yeah. Logan is pitching on 3 days rest. Because Gilbert got into that game on Friday, right? So Saturday, Sunday. No, that doesn't make sense. Let me just, instead of guessing, I have a computer in front of me. I'm just gonna check. Gilbert game logs pitched on the 10th. So the 10th would have been Friday. Yes, I was correct. So yeah, 2 days off. Only pitched 2 innings in that game on Friday against Detroit, but he was in there, threw some pitches. Foul ball by Schneider. Raleigh thought he had a play on it, but it goes over the dugout. That ball's foul. I think everybody thought it would land a little closer to the field than it did. All right, we got a 0-1 count here, 1 out. Bizzardo on Schneider. Ball low, 2-2. One and 2. Ball on the outside edge. Schneider takes a timeout. Hi, Robert. Robert says hello. That's strike 3. Oh. That one caught the plate. That first pitch, let me see that second pitch. That third pitch that Schneider thought didn't catch the plate, did catch a little bit of the plate. With the challenge system, that would have been called a strike. So Schneider can't complain. Those are three pitches in the zone he strikes out on, and then one actual ball. We got Ernie Clement. No, Andres Jimenez, sorry. At the plate now. One and one is the count. Andres Jimenez here. Flying this ball deep out to left field, but it's high and in play. Arozarena gets under it. The Jays have been retired here in the bottom of the fourth inning. I think as we head to the top of the fourth inning on this Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada, it is time for our favorite game show, and that is to check in on what you are eating while you watch the ball game. I need to know what you're snacking on or what you did snack on. You know, if you're not currently snacking but you snacked a little earlier, let me know. Your goal in the chat is to make the other members of the chat salivate. You want them to desire what you have. You want to make the whole world jealous with the food that you are munching on. It's our game day tradition to check in on what you're eating. Let's check in. Yanaki kicks us off with turkey, mashed potatoes, and beer. If anybody out there is doing the 999 challenge, where you have 9 beers, 9 hot dogs, and 9 innings, let me know. Let me know. Giovanni, Korean barbecue short ribs today. I love me some short ribs. Last game yesterday, we had somebody eating short ribs, and they won for me. And today we got Giovanni sitting on pole position with the what you are eating, because Giovanni's got Korean barbecue beef short ribs. That sounds fantastic. Next up, I don't know if anybody's going to beat that. Liver. No, there's no way Nick's eating this. Nick says liver and onions with rabbit stew. Your breath must smell. Nick, you probably got some stinky breath. Carl, a slow-cooked lamb and potato curry. That sounds good. I like lamb. Big fan of lamb. And some naan and some palau rice. We got ginger braised pork belly with rice. That's 2 hockey, 2A. Kraft dinner and ground beef. Nathan with the classic Canadian dinner. We got Arozarena grounding the ball deep into the hole. Jimenez throws it away. Jimenez throws the ball out of play, so Arozarena gets a free pass to second base. That's brutal. Arozarena on second, none out. Start this inning for the Seattle Mariners. Vaxer says baked potatoes and steak. Oh. Hold on. John Schneider is out talking to the umpires. I think he's trying to ask them if the ball went out of play in the correct place to award the extra base. Suarez. Oh! Okay. Let's explain this. Suarez is sitting on the top spot of the dugout, which is technically in play. So the ball hit Suarez there. So it hit him in play. So the umpires have discretion here to call this thing a ball that's in play and interfered by somebody in the dugout. So then Rezo would have to go back to first. So John Schneider's now challenging. What is it? What? I don't understand how they can reverse it, though. Because Suarez, the ball hit him, but then the ball went out of play. So the ball's out of play. But John Schneider's trying to argue, but because Suarez was in play when it hit him, the ball should be dead. Dead ball. So this is if this call gets overturned, that's on Suarez for not moving. You got to move and get out of play if you are in play and the ball's going to hit you. Toronto loses the challenge. That's so strange. And now they're going to walk Raleigh. So Raleigh's on first base. I think that should have been dead. If Suarez is in play and it hits somebody who's not on the field, it should have been ruled dead. And now Trey Savage is out of the game. Savage is done. He only gets through 4 innings. Can't get an out in the 5th inning. Louis Varland is coming to the game. Savage, tough first inning, but doesn't allow any runs after that. Gets a standing ovation from the crowd at the Rogers Center. A lot is happening right now, people. A lot is happening. Let's back up. Let's reset. And let's assess the situation. Jimenez. Error. Not great. Throws the ball at the dugout. Hits Suarez, who's sitting on the top step. They say that it hits him and it's going out, so it's out of play. But Suarez is technically sitting in play. So if a ball hits a guy who's in play, but he's not in the field, it should be dead. So John Schneider challenges it to see if they'll make that play. They say no, it was going out, it's out of play, you're being ridiculous, it was going out of play anyways, you can't get this semantics ruling. So then the Toronto Blue Jays lose a challenge, and they're down to 1 challenge. Arozarena's on second. Cal Raleigh's at the plate. They decide we're going to intentionally walk him on 4 pitches. After all that, John Schneider removes Trey Savage from the game. I personally think it should be a dead ball, but I understand why they decided to go with the common sense ruling. The common sense ruling is the ball was going out of play, guys. Stop being ridiculous. But by the rules of the rule book, which is why we play this game under the rules, we all adhere to the rule book. We've agreed on that. Suarez is sitting in fair territory and the ball hits him. It should be dead, and Arozarena should be on first. So there you go. There you go. Blue Jays, Louis Varland on the mound. Comes in to replace a Savage. Starts with a low strike call on Julio Rodriguez. That did not look like a strike, but we'll take it. None out. Runners on second and first after all of that commotion. Carly Isaac says, doesn't matter if it was going out of play, it is a dead ball. Yeah, the right call would have been to call it a dead ball. But they went with the common sense thing, you know, which is ridiculous because we should play by the rules. I don't know. I think it's kind of ridiculous. We got to get back to your food as well. That's a ball high by Louis Varland against Julio Rodriguez. Pitch count is 2-2. Louis Varland comes into the game and retires Julio Rodriguez with a 98-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle. Next up, Jorge Polanco, second baseman of the Mariners. One out in the top of the fifth here. Jorge Polanco yesterday drove in 2 of those runs for the Mariners. Hopefully, he does not add to his RBI total in this one here against Varland. He fouls that one off. 1-1 in the count. Tykean says, common sense that players who are in play don't sit in play. Yeah, like, not to just keep harping on this, but Suarez should be uh-oh. That ball is hit far and long and deep and gone. Jorge Polanco. 3-run home run for the Seattle Mariners. Clears the bases, brings himself home, puts the Mariners up by 3. Top of the 5th inning. Louis Varland comes into the game, gets 1 out, and then allows a 3-run bomb on a 98-mile-an-hour fastball in the zone. Dalton Varsho tried his best, but Dalton Varsho is not Inspector Gadget and doesn't have extendo legs. I wish he did. Oh boy, do I wish he did. But that is not a reality for Dalton Varsho. Could not catch that ball. Jays down by 3. What are you going to do? SDPN account asks, did Varsho consider using a jetpack? Is there an injury timeout for Naylor? Naylor's at the plate. No, we're good. They're resetting. Naylor takes a ball low. It's 2-1. That ball is foul. 2-2 in the count. How's everybody feeling now? How's everybody feeling now? Josh Naylor again taking an injury timeout. Uh-oh. Should we be confident? Because the Jays did it once in this game. They were down by 3 runs. Why can't they do it again? Why can't they do it again? Would you have left Trey Savage in the game? Josh Naylor's staying in the game. That's strike 3. Swing and a miss. Varling gets Naylor swinging. Let's check in with how you're feeling right now. Victoria's in the best position right now because Victoria says, have no idea what's happening, so I'm feeling confused, but slowly getting there. What you need to know is the Jays are losing. It's 6-3. They allowed a 3-run home run this inning. Louis Varland gets a good call, strikes out here for the 3rd out of the inning. Robert Malloy with a good question. I wonder if Trey's cap was about 60 pitches. Yeah, I wonder if they had him on a pitch count and they knew how long he was going to go for. Jared said, here come the Toronto excuses. There's no excuses. We know when we screw up. What do you mean? Jerbear said, Gosman 75 pitches, Trey 70. What are we doing? There's somebody who's not a fan of the quick moves to the bullpen that Schneider likes. More, how are you feeling right now? Will Seth says, so the limit is 70 pitches for starters. So far, it's been that way. Yeah, the Schneider is not letting these guys get deep into this game. Is Cassie here? Cassie is hanging out. Shout out Cassie one time. Oh, Cassie says, I was too productive today, so I'm exhausted. Super Moose Light says, should have kept the kid. K Madden 96, first ever baseball game. Go Blue Team. A lot of new baseball fans. Thank you for joining in, new baseball fans. Zin says, welp, it was a hell of a season. We got a lot of baseball to play. What do you mean it was a hell of a season? How dare you? The Blue Jays are coming up to bat here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And then there's 4 innings after that. Plus, you got to lose 4 games to lose a series. How dare you? How dare you? Jeff says it's his 5th MLB start. Yeah. Trey It's his 5th start. Let's give him some time. It's just Julia says, don't go get defeatist yet. I approve of that attitude. We have a poll here. We asked, should Trey have stayed in? 75% of you said yes. Springer here leading off in the bottom of the 5th. None out. He's leading off. Of course there's none out. Bizzardo still in. Takes a fastball right down the middle, George Springer does, for the first pitch strike. All right, let's discuss this Trey A. Savage thing. Trey A. Savage pitched 4 innings, 4 hits, 5 earned runs, but 3 of those runs are off of a 3-run home run. Or sorry, 5 earned runs. 2 of them are the home run, and then the 1 is to Louis Varland for the batter who hit it. But the 2 on base were responsible. George Springer here grounds out to Josh Naylor. Little weak grounder. Good play by Naylor. Oh, good diving stop. He was injured at his at-bat, and now he makes that incredible play. That's postseason baseball there. Showing the replay. Him dive in. What a play. Unreal. Yay, Savage was at 70 pitches exactly. How many times through the order was he going? Couple times through the order. He got taken out on the Cal Raleigh. So it was the 3rd time through the order when he faced Randy Arozarena, when he should have got that out. Right? That should be right. Yeah, that's correct. And then it was Raleigh's 3rd time up when he got intentionally walked. So the Jays, like, hey, there's a hit by Nathan Lucas. 3 for 3 on the day is Nathan Lucas. Okay. So, runner on first. Good. What I'm going to say about a Savage being pulled at 70 pitches in the top of the 5th inning after the error by Jimenez and then the intentionally walk to Raleigh. You have to be okay with the strategy that brought you to this moment. The Blue Jays have done this all season long. The Blue Jays have actually done this for 9 years. Since Atkins and Shapiro have gotten here, they've implemented their way of running a baseball team. They've been very analytics driven. This is how they run their pitching staff. They are in the American League Championship Series. Now is not the time to go away from the strategy that got you to this moment. If you disagree with it, you've probably been disagreeing with decisions John Snyder has made for the last every year he's coached. He's been the manager of the Toronto Blue Jays. He's not going to make a change in his strategy at this point. So, whether I disagree or agree with Schneider making that move in that moment, it feels immaterial because he is always going to make that move because that is what he's doing, and now is not the time to make that change. You do not change your strategy completely if it got you to the ALCS. That's what I'm going to say on that. So I agree with them sticking to what has worked for them. They felt that it works. They feel this is the right way to run a ball club. Vladdy did not go around there on the 1-2 pitch. 2-2. So, this is the other argument. Tonakide says, with all due respect, Jesse, Schneider has done these horrible pitcher changes every year and has never got us anywhere. That's not what got us here. Oh, we got a ground ball by Vladdy. Chop back to Bazardo, who throws it over to first, which allows Lucas to take second on the fielder's choice. So the other end of this is what I said that. I believe I held space for the people who don't believe that that strategy has helped them win. Right? But for the I'm just explaining the way the Jays look at it. This is how they run their pitching staff. So if you are in Game 2 of the ALCS and you've run your pitching staff like this for 9 years, the complaint shouldn't be with the move in the moment, because we should all expect that move. If we want to sit here and relitigate how they've been running the team for 9 years, we can do that. Like, I'll have that conversation, because historically, it has not worked. You know, there hasn't been a lot of instances where you can say that, like, in the big moment, the Blue Jays have got it done, because in 2025, that was their first postseason win since 2016. So there's not a lot of evidence to point to, like, hey, this thing has been working. But this year, they've had a good year. So their results for this season are that the way they run their team, a lot with analytics, a lot through numbers, a lot on strategy and pitching matchups and tendencies and things like third time through the lineups, matching lefties and righties, using your bullpen to its fullest extent, getting defensive players in there. It's all encompassing, you know? All encompassing. Because you have, when you see them make defensive moves, like when they brought in IKF to do some fielding in game, what was that? The Yankees game 3. That's the same thing you're getting. Addison Barger chops it high in the middle of the diamond. Bizarro collects it, throws it over to Josh Naylor at first. That's the third out of the inning by the Blue Jays. Womp, womp, womp. It's all encompassing when you're asking the Jays to employ their analytics department to run the strategy on the field. When they're making defensive adjustments, that's the same team that's making the pitching changes, right? It's the Toronto Blue Jays. So if they're going to do this, that means they're going to do that. You get the whole package or you get none of it. You get this organization that doesn't care about feelings when pitchers are on the mound. They care about what's the correct strategic move based on the numbers. So that's what you're going to get. I'm just explaining it rather than arguing a side. And I hope you understand that. Encompassing. Everblades. Encompassing. Let's look at this 3-run home run by Jorge Polanco in this game day 3D view. Exit velocity of 105 miles per hour. It was a 98-mile-an-hour pitch by Louis Varland. There it is. Okay, so here it is. Varland, 98 in the zone. Oh, it was caught a little bit too much of the plate. Nathan Lucas hops and tries to grab it, but can't. I wonder if we can see this. Oh, Varland, head down. Let's see if we can see this Nathan Lucas attempt. Doesn't have a jetpack on. You see him out in the outfield there. He leaps. Oh, they didn't show the leap. He just kind of falls into the ground there. And let's see Louis Varland's sad body language here. He knew as soon as he hit, as soon as it was hit, he knew that thing was gone. Oh, arms up, hands on his face. He is sad. Hi, Mr. Varland. Hello. Hello. Please don't do that again. Please don't do that. He's so sad. All right. Let's get back to this game here. It is Garver pinch hitting for Canzone, the DH. So Garver is now in at DH. Mitch Garver. Mitch Garver this season. Where are the regular season numbers? Why is it only showing me the post? Oh, there we go. Okay, regular season. Mitch Garver, one time in 2019, this kid, Mitch Garver, had 31 home runs, 67 RBIs. That ball is going deep. Varsho can't track it down. It's off the wall. I was just talking about the power numbers from Mitch Garver, and he hits one all the way out to center, off the wall. Mitch Garver comes into DH, gets a triple, the pinch hit triple by Garver. My goodness. Varsho couldn't track it. He lost it, took a weird angle to it. Gets turned around. The wall throws him off. And he can't catch that. Varsho, usually the most sure-handed fielder, the guy who can track any ball, can't get that one down. And it's off the wall. And the Mariners start this top of the sixth inning with a runner on third. And now Robles at the plate. But he's behind 0-2. Mason Fluharty's on the mound for the Jays. McSwedish says Varsho usually gets those. That is for certain. That was very un-Varsho-like. Very un-Varsho-like to not catch that ball. Really needed that one. Down by 3 runs, the Jays are. Let's see if Mason Fluharty can pitch his way out of this jam. That's a ground ball to third base. Addison Barger snags it, throws it over to Vladdy, keeps the runner at third. 1 down. Fluharty is able to retire 1, 2 more to go. Adam Wild is in the chat. Shout out Gripper Nation one time. Sedin Magic 1591 says, where is the Jays' luck at the plate? It's all going the Mariners' way. The bats have not been batting this series so far for the Toronto Blue Jays. We're getting a substitution here. Leonardo Rivas is in to pinch run for Mitch Garver. The Mariners fighting for every single run because they all matter in these games. It's important. Let's see if Fluharty can get the second out of the inning here. J.P. Crawford fouls that one off. Looks like Rivas is running on contact with that foul ball. Rivas was breaking for the plate. So Crawford's going to be swinging. Rivas is going to be running. And the Mariners are going to try and get another run on the board here. Push this lead to 4. The Jays bats have not been hitting so far in this series. Due up for the Jays is Kirk, Varsho, and Clement, which is a good sign because those have been some of the stronger hitters for the Jays. As of recently. Fluharty here, 2-2, deals to Crawford. That ball's low and away. Ball, 3-2 is the count, 1 out. Looks like Braden Fisher might be coming in after Fluharty faces Crawford. Foul ball. 3-2. Kirk had the foul ball go off of his mask. Takes a second here to regroup. I have a catcher's mask. Should I put on my catcher's mask? I have so much baseball equipment. This summer, 2-2 pitch or 3-2 pitch is flared out to left field. Bounces in front of Schneider. The Mariners don't even need the pinch runner. That's an easy jog home for Rivas. J.P. Crawford picks up his first hit of the series. This is on Mason Fluharty. The Seattle Mariners are able to cash in the leadoff triple here. It's 7-3 Mariners. It's not great. This is not an ideal situation for the Toronto Blue Jays. It's the top of the 6th inning. The Mariners led this thing off with a ball that Dalton Varsho usually catches. Leadoff triple. J.P. Crawford picks up his first hit of the series to cash in the runner on third with 1 out. Braden Fisher is now in for Mason Fluharty. Fluharty was in there because he's a lefty. Supposed to be able to get a lefty in Crawford. Could not do it. Braden Fisher is now in. The righty Fisher to face the righty of Arozarena. Jason writes, I'm literally flabbergasted at the difference in run production from series to series. Same. But credit where credit's due. The Mariners pitching staff on short rest has been showing up and getting batters out. The Blue Jays definitely have gone away from what has worked, and I like when they work the counts. They haven't been doing a lot of that. The Blue Jays stars haven't been showing up. It's been the likes of Lucas, who's 3 for 3 today. Barger has struggled. Vladdy has struggled. Kirk in the postseason is hitting 208. Varsho's shown up. Clement's been the best hitter in Major League Baseball. Santander was useless when he was in there. No reason to play him. The bats aren't batting in these 2 games here for the Blue Jays. Plenty of baseball to go, but we're running out of time here for them to make this a thing. They got the bottom of the 6th and then the 7, 8, 9. 4 innings to go for the Blue Jays bats to wake up and get some runs on the board. The pitching staff has not been able to keep the Mariners at bay. So the bats are going to have to do some work if they want to get in this thing. 7 runs is not... It's not winnable on the surface. If you're allowing 7 runs to the Mariners, that's not a winning strategy. Mary Walt says it's a 7-game series. Too early to give up. Go Jays. Facts. Facts. Lots of time. Lots of time. But the Mariners look good. This is a good baseball team, the Seattle Mariners. Hey! Maybe that can be the thing that turns this thing around. That was a bad call by the umpire. That thing was so far off the plate. Oh, my goodness. Randy Arozareno should not have struck out on that pitch. Cal Raleigh! Oh, my goodness. Cal hit that thing off the top of the CN Tower. But foul. Foul ball. 0-1 in the count. Wow. Thank goodness it's still only 7-3. It was almost 9-3. But Raleigh hit that foul. Wow. Fisher here deals. Right on the edge. 1-2 is the count. 2 out. Eric Lauer's warming up. Lefty Lauer. Throw in will probably come in after Fisher at some point. You guys, it's way too early to start talking about off-season moves. Let's not do that. Check swing by Raleigh. 2-2 is the count. The not real Pavel Bure talking about 4 of these guys cannot return next year with in the bullpen. No! It's the 6th inning of Game 2 of the ALCS. How dare you? Raleigh strikes out! That's a strikeout. The real Pavel Bure is convinced. They write, no, it's not. It's over. It's game 2. Robert Malloy, why is the chat so down bad right now? Explain it to me. We're going to the bottom of the 6th inning in game 2 of the ALCS, and the chat is throwing in the white towel. They're waving the flag. Come on, people. Have a little faith. This team won the division. They have the best record in the American League. Out of anybody. And you think it's just over? I get it. I get it. It does not look pretty. What we've seen through 8 innings yesterday, because the first inning was good. First inning was good. You can't deny that. 8 innings after that, bad. Bad, 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 bad. And in this game, they were down 3 and came back. That's good. That's good 2 innings. And then it's been 3 innings of not great, right? It's been the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th inning, and then the top of the 6th, and we're doing both sides of the ball. I'm just talking about the batting, though. Are we that defeated? Because they haven't looked pretty for the majority of it, but there's been some signs of life? Are those signs of life not enough for you to believe a little that they can do this thing? Because I watched a team for 162 games win a division and be the team that can come back the most at any team in this entire league. When the bats weren't going in early September, mid-September, late September, end of August, the thing that held this team together was the bullpen. And then when the bullpen wasn't pretty for many months of this year, the thing that held this team together was the starting pitching and the bats. They got a lot of good stuff. Wes Richard. Gifted memberships. Appreciate you, Wes. Wes says, maybe subs will turn this around. Hopefully. That's a ball high, but it's called a strike. This umpire's terrible tonight. This umpire tonight behind the plate is terrible for both sides. I think Doug Eddings is behind the plate. Oh, my goodness. Awful zone. Inconsistent, all over the place. Not a great performance by Doug Eddings tonight. Holy cow. This is one of the worst umping performances I've seen in a while. Especially on a game like this. Somebody get that man a Hakeem Optical subscription. Tell him to check in with his eye doctor. Kirk fouls that one back. SLS98 says, didn't wait 9 years for this to just stop believing after game 2. None of us could imagine this back in the spring. Keeping the faith till the final pitch. There we go. That's what you like to hear. You nailed it, SLS. Tori writes, Like I said earlier, this umpire graduated from the Angel Hernandez School of Umpiring. Big facts. Big facts on that one. Little air horns. Alejandro Kirk grounds out. Stop the air horns. Ground out. First out of the inning. James says, trying to stay positive, though. It's just hard. I get that. I get that for sure. This Jays team has been disappointing for 9 years. So when you get to this point, you get flashbacks to the previous 9 years of Blue Jays baseball, right? So I understand the pain. SLS says, could be like the Raptors in 2019. Down 0-2 to the Bucks, then won 4 straight. That's exactly how the Raptors made the finals. That's exactly how the Raptors did it. They finished the Bucks off in 6 after going down 0-2. And they dominated those 4 games. But I get it from the Blue Jays fans. Us Blue Jays fans, I get it. You are just waiting around for the bad thing to happen. As NY Mets #1 says, just like us Mets fans, Toronto fans are waiting for the other shoe to drop. You watch this game and you say, when is it going to happen? When are they going to lose? What's the bad thing that's going to occur? And that's kind of the default because of how many times it has occur over the last 9 years. So I get it. This Seattle Mariners team, give them credit too. They look good. Their big hitters have also shown up. The big dumper has brought his big dumper to Toronto and hit big home runs. When they needed their pitching staff yesterday, Bryce Miller, their starting pitcher, I should say, to go a bunch of innings, they got that. Varsho here, 3-2 in the count. 3-2 in the count here. Varsho out to right field, but it's going to be just short of the wall. Caught by Robles on the warning track. Varsho's been seeing the ball well. Two out in this bottom of the 6th inning. We are not talking about the end of the Jays season until it is the end of the Jays season. You got to lose 4 games in the ALCS for your season to be over. It's too soon to write the eulogy on this Jays season. Trevor says, Varsho has flown out to right 100 times. He does love pulling a ball out to right field and flying out. That is a thing Dalton Varsho does. Jeff says hydration check. That's a good check. I have not hydrated in a little bit. This tea's cold and old. But thankfully, I got water as well. Good call on the hydration. Clement flies out. 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of the 6th inning. We go to the top of the 7th. Okay. SLS 98 writes, Seattle got decent players during the deadline, got hot late to win the AL West, and they're not frauds like the Yankees. Don't disagree with any of that. That's facts. This is a good baseball team. The Jays need to be playing at their best if they want to beat Seattle. And we know what the best of the Jays looks like. Right? We all remember all of the games they won. Right? We don't just remember the losses. Even in that Yankees series, like the Yankees weren't that great in the end. They didn't get good pitching and all that. But the Jays had everything going. The bats were good. The bullpen was good. The hitting was good. That team is in there, but they are not showing up right now against this Mariners team. And this is not a team that you can fluke your way to a win against. You need to be playing at your best to beat the Mariners, and they are not doing that, unfortunately. The bullpen is giving up a bunch of runs. The starting pitching can't go in the game long enough. The bats are ice cold outside of a handful of innings. And you can't win like that. So, what's going to happen? That's what I'm asking you guys right now. What's going to happen? Are the guys who we know who can do these things get going here? Like Vladdy? Like Barger? Are they going to start getting some hits? Alejandro Kirk hasn't had a good postseason. Are the little mistakes going to stop? Varsho, you should have had that ball. You should have had that ball, Varsho. Is everybody going to step up? Or are they going out with a whimper here in Game 2 of the ALCS? I'm not saying they're going out with a whimper in the series the way you guys are saying it. It's one game here. You got to lose 4. This will be 2. You go to Seattle. Who knows what happens there? Right now, it's a bleak outlook. I'll give you that. It looks dark, but sometimes the clouds clear and there's some sunshine after the darkness. Julio Rodriguez is at the plate. Braden Fisher is on the mound. 1-1 is the count. Top of the 7th inning. No. No thank you just replies. Feels over. Francois LaBelle, they're going to leaf it up. We got to get leaf spraying out of the Blue Jays. Like, the Blue Jays don't have that history. They're not the Leafs at all. The Blue Jays aren't the Leafs. I don't feel like that's a hot take. Willie P1330 says, I blame Scooble. He should have pitched all 15 innings. Yeah, if the Tigers don't remove him at any point in that game might still be going. That's a great pitch by Braden Fisher. Strikeout to start this inning. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. Robert with a great fact here on the Savage's velocity. It was so much lower this start. Fun fact. His slider didn't look good. His splitter didn't look good. The velocity was down. He didn't have it today. Jorge Polanco. Base hit to right field. Base hit to right field. Thank you for sending me those numbers. Let me read it off. Jonas writes a super chat. Guys, these Jays are losing in the ALCS, not round 1 or 2, not the Leafs. Thank you. You guys realize this isn't the first round against the Ottawa Senators. Well, the Leafs won that. I should say this isn't the first round against the Boston Bruins, where the Leafs lost continually, time in, time again. They made the conference finals. It's a little different than the Leafs. It's a little different. Let me find these velo stats. JAYS average fastball velocity by inning. 94 in the first, 94 in the second, 93.1 in the third, 92.8 in the fourth. What happened? What happened? That's why you pull him at 70 pitches. Maybe the analytics department had that. Josh Naylor at the plate. Two pitches high for a ball. It's 3-2 in the count. Man on first still. 1 out. Josh Naylor, 3-2 pitch. Oh! All right. Let's start game 3. That ball was so gone. Josh Naylor hit that thing so far. Two-run home run, Josh Naylor. It's 9-3 for the Toronto Blue Jays. Oh, my goodness. Braden Fisher is done for tonight. Toronto Blue Jays are probably not going to win this game. It's looking like they're going to be down 0-2 in the series, heading to Seattle. I shouldn't say back. Should we cover our faces? Should we cover our faces with the catcher's mask? Let me see if I got it. Let me see if I got it. All right, this is what it's come down to. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for the things I have said into this microphone. I've been advocating for a Blue Jays comeback for a couple innings now. And I'm a little embarrassed by how it has turned out. So This is us. I'm rooting for the umpires. I'm rooting for the umpire behind home plate to have a better ball game. Because for me, I can't root for the Jays anymore because it's kind of over. I'm definitely not rooting for Seattle, so I'm on Team Ump. Team Ump. Let's go, Ump. Let's go, Ump. Call those strikes. Call those balls. Let's go, Ump. Let's go, Ump. That's what we're rooting for right now. The Jays have lost me in this game. I'm not rooting for the Blue Jays. I'm rooting for Team Ump. What's his name? What's his name, everybody? Today, our starting lineup behind home plate, Doug Eddings. Shout out Doug Eddings. We love you, Doug. Woo! We love you, Doug. Manning first base, Alfonso Marquez. Woo! Alfonso. Second base, Marvin Hudson. Give it up for Marvin. DJ Rayburn is covering third base. Ump at third. Woo! DJ. Quinn Wolkoff down the left field line. And you know him as Ryan, the dog, added in down the right field line. Let's go. Suarez walks. Yariel Rodriguez comes in to replace Braden Fisher, and he walks Eugenio Suarez. Yep, I am wearing the mask of shame. This is the mask of shame. It's not a good day to root for the Jays. This series hasn't been a good series to root for the Jays. When we are feeling shame, we put on the mask of shame. Shout out Rollins. They make a good catcher's mask. All right, hydration check. Should we do this? Should we do this? All right, I'm trying to do this. It got in there. All right. This is what we've resorted to. It's 9-3 in the top of the 7th. It's not ideal. It's not ideal, folks. I just want them to get out of the 7th inning now. Can Yariel Rodriguez just get a couple outs here? We got one out still. Rivas is at the plate. Do you even like use any of your other pitchers here? Like what do you want to save the bullpen for Wednesday, right? So you just let Rodriguez go a couple innings. You bring in one more pitcher maybe. It's not great. I'm at a loss for words here. I thought they'd have better compete here. Yariel Rodriguez can't throw strikes. Falls behind 3-1 in this count. My goodness. Oh, and he gets bailed out by the ump. That's our boy. That's our boy. Great call by the ump. Everybody, give it up for Doug Eddings behind the plate. Awful call. He's had awful calls all night long. Adds to the awful calls. And then Yariel Rodriguez makes this one easy for Doug Eddings because he throws the ball in the dirt. 3-2, down 9-3. You throw the ball in the dirt to walk. Rivas, oh my God, throw a strike. Put us out of our misery. My God. We're having a good time. We're rooting for Doug Eddings. We're rooting for Doug Eddings here. Oh, another terrible call. Dougie's on his game today. Oh my God, that slider was not a strike. He called it a strike though. That one's a little too low for Mr. Eddings to call that one a strike. Robles is at the plate. It's 1-1. Justin Fisher from the SDPN account says, I love watching baseball with my friends. Don't we all? We're all having a good time. We're all having such a good time. I'm about to put back on the mask of shame. Because of how much shame I feel today. Oh, they're showing Blue Jays fans. We are... Nobody's having a good time right now. So, Yariel Rodriguez, his idea of pitching in a major league game is to just throw a bunch of balls. This has got to be the worst pitching performance I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Do you play in the majors? Yariel Rodriguez against Suarez. 5-pitch walk. Nowhere close. Against Rivas. Gets the benefit of the call on this 5th pitch by Eddings. Nowhere close. 6-pitch walk. Robles. 5-pitch walk. What are these pitches? He threw 5 balls, not even close. Same spot. Slider low and away, out of the zone. He got bailed out by Doug Eddings. Slider out of the zone, ball low and away. Sinker low and away, ball. Slider low and away, ball. Four-seam fastball low and away, ball. Why is Yariel Rodriguez employed to play baseball? Take away his paycheck. Oh my God. Bases loaded for the Mariners. Bases loaded. Justin Fisher continues to say that he loves watching baseball with his friends. So do I. You know, it's a real good time. We're all having fun. I got water all over my face. It's good. It's good. Everything's good. Stop saying crash out. Robert Malloy says, I know you don't like that word. That's what it is. Crashing out. Oh my God. I gotta call Steve. I gotta ask Steve how he copes during copious crash outs. Who let Yariel Rodriguez play baseball? Who let him play baseball? Was it John Schneider? Oh, Chris Bassett's in the game. Okay, so Yariel Rodriguez had the worst pitching performance that anybody's ever had in the history of Major League Baseball and has been removed from the game. Chris Bassett's now on the mound for the first time in the postseason. Chris Bassett is pitching for the Toronto Blue Jays. That's good to see. Hopefully he can just finish out the game here in these last 3 innings. Hopefully he can get 2 2 outs. They still got 2 outs to get. It's 1 out. Oh, my God. Can we get, like, an animal on the mound? Can we get Airbud baseball? I would watch that right now. Has there been an Airbud baseball? Airbud baseball. Oh, yeah, it was the 7th inning fetch. The one where the dog used his mouth to swing the bat. There's no way a dog could generate enough power with its mouth to swing a bat. There's no way. Airbud's a liar. 7th inning fetch is a work of fiction. There's no way that could happen. Counts 1-2, 1 out here. Bases loaded. 9-3 Seattle. The not real Pavel Bure says, so does this mean Bassett won't pitch game 4 and it'll be a bullpen game? No. Max Scherzer will be the game 4 starter. It's looking like. Bieber goes tomorrow. Scherzer game 4. And then back to Gausman in game 5. Game 5? Game 5, maybe. And then presumably Ye Savage game 6. Jays would need at least 6 to make this thing a series and win it. Jacqueline. Jesse, we've established he can play basketball. Are you telling me that's a lie? Yeah. The idea that Airbud's going to go out there amongst a bunch of children and just play basketball and none of them can guard him? Dogs are shifty. I'll give you that. Dogs are friggin' shifty. Try catching a dog who's like got zoomies and stuff. And you got to think, like, if he's competing with like 8-year-olds, can a dog elude an 8-year-old? Yes. So point in the Airbud could happen column. Dogs are shifty. Dogs are shiftier than 8-year-olds. Other point in the this can't happen column. Who allowed this? Who allowed the school board was okay with Airbud going on the court and playing basketball? And the other schools were just like, yeah, that's fine. We want this dog to play. Point in the this thing can't happen column. Why did the school board approve this? It's a dog. Get it off the court. You can't even bring a dog into the school. That ball's lined to center. It's going to score a run here. It's 10-3 Mariners. Tagged, scored, sack fly. Crawford brings in 1. 10-3 Mariners. Other point. Basketballs aren't light. Bouncing a basketball off of a dog's nose repeatedly hurts the dog. Is it not animal abuse to bounce a hard basketball off of a dog's snoot? That snoot must be bruised. That's another point for Airbud shouldn't be playing basketball. Volleyball, I get. Volleyball is the most realistic scenario that Airbud could participate in. The ball is light. There is no defense that you got to play against the dog. All the dog has to do is hop and hit the ball over the net. If you teach the dog how to do that like a seal can, I can see a dog playing volleyball consistently. If you tell me, strikeout, Arozareno strikes out, Bassett gets him, inning over, let's go. If you tell me Airbud volleyball was a work of nonfiction, I would believe you. Because that thing feels a little real. But you know what's not real? Oh my God! You know what's not real? This friggin' poster of Airbud Strikes Back! Oh, I have the wrong screen. Hold on, people. I've made a discovery. Because Airbud Strikes Back is the most realistic scenario where Airbud could exist. But they went and did this. They went and did this and ruined it. You're telling me the dog could leap high enough to spike a ball? You had the concept. You had the whole concept. All he has to do is sit on the ground and spike the ball with his nose, and I'll believe it. And you went and took it too far. Why the hell is he leaping 16 feet in the air to spike a ball? Who the hell is the parrot? Why is there a parrot in Airbud Spikes Back? No, I will not accept this. I will not accept this. This is not acceptable. I need to talk to the people of Airbud. Airbud movies. You had it with the volleyball. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. You went and ruined it. Oh. You're telling me there's an Airbud football as well? Do we not see a problem with that? This poor dog. Airbud Golden Receiver. Are they tackling the dog? Are these children on the other end of the football field tasked with tackling the dog? Animal abuse. Animal abuse. Sean, with the most important point in this whole thing. Why didn't they do Ultimate Frisbee? Airbud Ultimate Frisbee was right there. Airbud Ultimate Frisbee makes so much sense. And they went and put the dog in a football game where they have these little kids trying to tackle a dog. No. Unacceptable. What? I assume he was a receiver. That's why it's called Golden Receiver. He played wide receiver. There's one out here. David Schneider ground out there to first. I don't even care about the Jays outs right now. Those can just happen. Airbud. They had it. They had it and they ruined it. Oh my God, they're coming out with a new Airbud. They're coming out with a new Airbud in 2026. What is he doing? This July, they announced that Airbud returns. Airbud returns in 2026. One of America's... The film is written by Robert Vince, who did the original one. Oh, okay. The plot is actually kind of cool. I don't mind this plot. So it says the plot is about a 12-year-old named Jacob who discovers an original VHS of Airbud in his father's belongings while visiting his childhood home after his death. Jacob then meets a stray golden retriever he names Buddy. Together, the two embark on a journey of healing, unite a team of misfits, and chase a championship. So they're bringing back Airbud, and they're tying it to the original one. That's kind of cool. All right, we got a walk here by the Jays. Andres Jimenez is able to get a walk in 6 pitches. They got a runner on. Maybe this is the start. Oh, yeah. No thank you, 7729 points out that Doug Eddings is still at the peak of his game here. He's doing his thing. I need to show you this one. Oh, my goodness. Look at this. Do you see that called strike number 4 pitch? Oh, my God, Doug Eddings. Oh, we got a hit here. George Springer at the plate flies out to right field. That ball is caught by Robles. I thought it was going to be a hit. He flies out to right field. All right, let's get back to this. Doug Eddings, masterclass. Andres Jimenez takes this strike, that number 4 pitch there, at his eyes. At his eyes. Unreal umpiring game today. Oh, my God. We're at the bottom of the 7th inning. 2 innings to go in this beauty. Yeah, Ruoshin says, it's cool that they're respecting the established Airbud lore. I love that. I don't mind the plot of the reboot of Airbud. I hope they figure out a way to make it a little bit more realistic. Show me that the dog's snoot isn't being bruised continuously. Nathan Lucas strikes out. Nathan Lucas strikes out. End of the 7th inning here. I got to take this off. It's hurting my head. All right, the mask of shame is going to say goodbye. I put it on here just to say goodbye. And know that I am indeed ashamed of the Toronto Blue Jays' performance today. They are down 10-3 in the bottom of the 7th. Yariel Rodriguez, I don't think he came to the ballpark today. It wasn't great. Nathan Lucas strikes out there. Nathan Lucas has been good. Dalton Varsho apparently forgot how to catch fly balls. John Schneider continually makes the entire Blue Jays world upset with the way he runs his pitching staff. Even though I get it, it doesn't make people happy, so I don't like that. Bullpen's a mess. Nobody in the bullpen was good. Trey A. Savage's velocity was a disaster. There's not gonna be a yelly LFR and after this. It's just more dejection. But only 2 games. Only 2 games in this series. There's plenty of series to go. Only 2 games, plenty of games to go. We got a hydration check from Jeff and Wes Richard with a super chat. Wes says, Jesse, will you be getting Jays credentials for next season? No. I don't think Jays credentials is something I'm going to seek just because August is usually my time off in the whole calendar year. So I have to take time off in August, and I'd miss too much of the in-person Jays games. I can't do 160. I can't do a full hockey season and then a full Jays season. I wouldn't survive. I wouldn't survive doing multiple sports that don't like coincide with each other and just going all year round. 162 Jays games with 82 Leafs games isn't really doable for me, but you know, that's unfortunately how it goes. Robert Malloy says Lucas is 3 for 3. The rest of the team is 3 for 23. Oh, baby. That's not good. That is so many games. Add more honey to that tea, says in Connu 4961. Yeah, the tea's all done. It's empty now. You can see the tea bag. It's all done in the SpongeBob mug. That was out a couple hours ago when this game was looking like it was going to be competitive. About around then, I finished the tea. Cal Raleigh's at the plate here. I would get Airbud credentials if I could. If I could give credentials to... if I could get credentials to every Airbud game, I would. Chat, if you got questions, this is a good time for a Q&A. AMA, I should say. You got an AMA, let me know. Let me know anything you want me to ask. It's 10-3 at the top of the 8th. Anything you've ever wanted to ask me, hockey-wise, baseball-wise, anything, let me know. Let's chat. Let's have some fun. Let's do this thing. We have some questions here. Okay, Jacqueline K13, fave baseball player all time. Growing up, this jersey right here is a Travis Snyder jersey. I loved Travis Snyder as a kid. For the brief moment he was good, like that season, I really liked him. Growing up, though, my favorite player was Carlos Delgado. He's still my favorite Blue Jay of all time because, to me, he encompasses that era of baseball. A first baseman who could only just stand there and catch balls at first base, but he was your power hitter. He was the number 4 hitter, hit a bunch of home runs, and that's the dude I was the biggest fan of as a kid growing up. So all time, I got to say Carlos Delgado. Then I rooted for Travis Snyder for a little bit. And then I was a huge Jose Bautista guy, as I think everybody was during Jose's peak. I loved Jose. I loved, who else was really? Roy Halladay, always. Roy Halladay, for me, as a pitcher, like, he was the epitome of greatness. He was so unbelievably good. No matter whether the team was good or not, Roy Halladay, Doc Halladay, was perfect in every way. And you had to admire him as a player, just the way he went about things. So those are some of the guys I really liked over the years. Let's see. We got Taylor Choma, who says, what's your favorite Thanksgiving dish? I don't know if this is... I was going to say a couple different things. Okay. 1, my favorite thing around Thanksgiving time is the cranberry sauce. Does that count? if I just say I love the fact that around Thanksgiving I can eat cranberry sauce and nobody can judge me. I love it on the turkey. I put it on everything, and then I'll just eat it plain. Cranberry sauce is the best thing in the world. It's awesome. 2, ham, even though it's not really a Thanksgiving thing, when you got really good cooked ham, oh my God. With your Thanksgiving meal and there's just really good ham, that thing bangs. The turkey as well. When you get good turkey, you mix it with the cranberry sauce, bangs. Mashed potatoes, always bang. Those are probably my top, like coming off the top of my head, top of the dome. What else we got? We got Dapper Duck 4250. What is your favorite ethnic cuisine? I've thought about this over the years, and I think, hey, swing and a miss there. Strikeout. Bassett strikes out for the second, gets a strikeout for the second out of the inning there. That's good. Julio Rodriguez strikeout there. My favorite ethnic cuisine, I think it's Mexican. Mexican's perfect. I feel like there's so much in it. Like the different ways you can take the dishes, and it's so delicious. Like, whether you go like bowl-wise, hey, pop fly there. Polanco pops up. Kirk catches it. Third out of the inning. Like if you go like an enchilada, or if you go tacos, or if you go like guac and just chips, or if you go salsa. You know, I think Mexican food is my favorite because I love guacamole and tomatoes and rice. I love good fried rice and beans and all the like little fixins like green onions and that sort of stuff. I think Mexican cuisine is my favorite. Let me know what yours is. Let's see. Oh, we got a super chat here. Sorry, Midnight Fluffy Boy. I missed your super chat. Can you get SDP episodes from 13 to 16 uploaded to the internet again? When the SoundCloud was discontinued, anything not on YouTube disappeared. Yeah, so those episodes, that's exactly it. We used to host on SoundCloud, and then when we moved over to our current hosting platform for our podcasts, those didn't come over. So they don't exist anywhere on the internet right now. They are on a hard drive. Like, we have those files, but they aren't anywhere. And to be honest, it's not the best content. Like, it's better that that content isn't on the internet from those podcasts from 13 to 16. There's a reason, like, you don't want to go back and listen to those. They're not great. Like, I feel like we're okay with those not existing, but maybe one day we upload them to the back catalog somewhere. Bradley Miller, super chat. Thank you, Bradley. Little confetti for you there. Confetti on the screen for Bradley. Who would you want to play you in a movie? Also, Go M's had to check back in. Yep. If you're a Mariners fan, tonight is a good night. If somebody had to play me in a movie, I've always gotten that I look like Dalton Pompey. Remember the Blue Jay Dalton Pompey? Apparently we look alike. Can we teach him how to act and then he can play me? I'll pull up a picture of Dalton Pompey if you've never seen him. He was a Blue Jay during our good years in 14 and 15. He's actually a member of the Hamilton Police now. Member of the Hamilton Police Force. Canadian. Grew up in Mississauga just like I did. I'm going to pull up a picture of him, and you guys compare. If we can teach Dalton Pompey how to act, he could definitely play me. Like, that's pretty good. He's got like a plain face on. So there you go. I've gotten before. This guy couldn't play me. Oh, it's a John Day. Says Airbud. Airbud could play me. Yes, facts. I would love Airbud to play me. If you're interested, Vladdy walked in his at bat. So the Blue Jays have a runner on base. This person couldn't play me because we don't look alike at all. But I've gotten before that when I get screamy a little bit and my voice goes up, I sound like Jerry Seinfeld. You know when in Seinfeld he's like doing the Kramer, what are we doing here? Kind of thing. I've gotten before that my voice kind of sounds like that. So if my voice needed to be played by someone, like if I was a cartoon character and you needed to bring in a voice actor, Jerry Seinfeld could probably play me in a yelly kind of way. If I was just doing the hey kind of yelly thing, it's kind of got a Seinfeld tinge to it. I don't know if I hear that, but I've been told that before. So that's that. No blackface. Seinfeld in blackface. He'll do it. We'll play it like Tropic Thunder. We'll do it like that. Some of your favorite Blue Jays I asked for earlier. Jeff says Kevin Pillar. Never ignores. Says John Olerud. That's a good pick. John Olerud's a good pick. Let me know your other favorite Blue Jays. Any other questions? Addison Barger hits the ball out to left field. Randy Arozarena gets under it. Barger is retired for the first out of this inning. Vladdy's still on first base. Let me know if you got any other questions that we can do. Sorry, I'm just reading through. Matthew says, is this holding up the LFR? So Steve was at the game today, actually. The Winged Wheel podcast and Ryan, I should say, from the Winged Wheel podcast, went to the game today. So they were hanging out all afternoon. And that is the holdup for the LFR because Steve needs to get back to Ajax and film the LFR there. So that is why you don't have an LFR at this current moment. What's the restream bot saying? All right. What else we got here, chat? Shall we check in with the game? There's a baseball game going on, if anybody's not aware. The Jays are down 10-3 in the bottom of the 8th inning. The count is 2-2 with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Alejandro Kirk is at the plate. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who walked earlier, is on first base. Kirk fouls one off. Count remains 2-2. St. Louis to the max. writes, how about favorite individual season by a Blue Jay you experienced? Not a Jays fan, but mine was 2011 Batista. Had him in fantasy. That's a really good one. The Alek Manoah year was fun when he finished third in Cy Young voting that year, because that came out of nowhere, and he was so good that year. I love that. Donaldson's MVP season was a good year. Donaldson winning the MVP was fun. That was a good year. Vladdy's year where he finished behind Judge in MVP voting was a good year too. Those kind of stick out to me. Those kind of stick out to me as well. Just off the top of my head. Hey, here's a walk for Kirk. All right. R.A. Dickey, when he came over. You Mets fan, you would know R.A. Dickey well. So, shall I say this? Shall I say this? The Blue Jays got 2 runners on base. 7-run deficit. They still got 5 outs to go. Dalton Varsho, who's hitless in this series, now would be a good time to pick up his first hit against the Seattle Mariners. All of a sudden, it's a 4-run lead. Maybe. Possibly. Oh! Fly ball to right field. That one is not gone. Stays in the ballpark. 2 out in the inning. Guerrero tags from second to third. Ernie Clement, who's been hitting decent as of late, is at the plate. Ernie Clement is at the plate. Jays down 7, 2 runners on. Jeff says another fly out to right field for Varsho. Every inning, Varsho flies out to right field. It is all he does. I wonder if Bassett's going to stay in the game. I would just pitch Bassett. Until this thing's over. And Ernie Clement lines out. We are 1 inning away from being put out of our misery. 6 outs remain in this game. It is 10-3. Mariners over the Blue Jays. This has been disappointing on all counts. Every single way this thing has been disappointing. 6 hits on the afternoon for the Blue Jays, 3 runs. 9 hits for the Mariners on 10 runs. Blue Jays walk 6 batters. Oh, my goodness. Blue Jays pitchers walk 6 batters on the day. Struck out 12. That's good. A lot of strikeouts by the bullpen. 4 Ks by A. Savage. Varlin got 3. Fisher got 3. Bassett got 2. Oh, Eric Lauer's in the game. Eric Lauer's in to replace Chris Bassett. This thing is going to get one more substitution. Tyler Heineman is in for Alejandro Kirk at home plate. They're saving Kirky's knees. for the rest of this game. All right, any other questions? It's AMA time. I don't get the Savannah bananas. Can somebody explain the Savannah bananas to me? NY Matt says, when are we going to get Savannah bananas to Toronto? I don't get them. What is happening? All I see is they have these stadiums playing. Are they playing fake baseball games? Is it like Cirque du Soleil except baseball? Like, do we need a 5-minute rant on what the hell's going on with the Savannah bananas? Let's pull up some Savannah bananas stuff. That might be where we have to go with this 9th inning. What the hell is going on with Savannah banana things? Let me see if I bring up like a TikTok or Savannah bananas. It's a circus baseball, says no thank you. Yeah, right? Killer Frenchie says it's baseball Globetrotters. That's what I'm thinking, right? I've never seen like a game fully or nothing like that. All I know is they go to like Fenway Park and they sell out Fenway Park. Are they playing real games? James says it's the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. I can't play one of these YouTube videos. Maybe we could do like their TikTok. Maybe I don't want to get demonetized or like flagged if I play one of their videos. Meet the team. Okay, let's meet the guys. Okay, this is kind of fun. What the hell's going on? Okay, so this is the Savannah Bananas roster. They got party animals, firefighters, and the Texas tailgaters. Let's see what's going on with these guys. I'm going to click the party animals. The party animals are the craziest animals you've ever laid your eyes on. Sal Jacob. No. Jacobo. That's not a real name. Nate Tellier. Mark Smith. Brady Kays. Crop Top Andy Crossgrove. Jake Skoll. Shirtless tarps off Jason Swan. Oh, they got little fun facts on the back. That's not a fun fact. These fun facts suck. Blake Benson, favorite potato chip flavor, dill pickle. These are like bachelor bios. They got to improve these. Favorite superhero, Spider-Man. You mean the most basic superhero in the existence of superheroes? Oh my God, Nate. Nate? Why is that something to put on your baseball card? I'm getting a call from Steve. Steve, I'm live. I'm streaming the baseball game. Oh, okay. Okay, what are you doing? What's up? Oh, are you? Hey. Oh, you want me to put you on speaker? Okay, hold on. Chat, I have Steve. He's going on speaker.
No, this is important, Jesse, because you're talking about the Savannah Bananas.
Yeah. I've never seen anything about the Savannah Bananas before. Like I don't know what they are.
What? Okay, my wife.
Yeah.
Whose job is to educate children. I've tried to explain to her several times that it's not real.
That's what I was asking.
They play. They're like they play against the Washington Generals, but of baseball. It's the Globetrotters, but for baseball, and those aren't real games either.
So, do the games count?
I don't think so, Jesse.
Like
they do backflips when they do.
Do they have like a league? Like do they have like standings?
They have standings in the same way that right now someone is holding the Intercontinental title. Like, Jesse, it's not real.
Robert Malloy, so Robert, who knows things, says there are standings.
Okay, there are standings,
Okay.
but I don't think it's real, though.
So, but are the games rigged?
I'm pretty sure they're astonishingly rigged.
No.
I think
Because
so.
Globetrotter games aren't rigged. The Globetrotters are just better than the Generals.
The Globetrotters lost once by accident,
Yes.
I remember.
Exactly.
Yes, but because they're stupid. They were stupid and lost that game because they left it too late and friggin' lost.
So I don't believe that the Savannah Bananas are scripted. Like, I think all these teams are trying to win their games.
Jesse, how many wins and losses do the Savannah Bananas have?
I'm looking this up. I'm on their site right now. I was looking at the team. They have different teams, right?
How often does the home team lose in this league?
I don't think there is a home team. I think they have 3 teams that just like compete against each other.
And we're all sure this is a real. Is this 3-on-3 baseball?
Is this the Saudi League?
It might be.
So does Mrs. Dangle believe that it's like real, right?
She said yes.
Because I also believe that they're playing.
Jesse, did you see the first viral clip I saw of the Savannah Bananas? Was a fan caught the ball that went foul, and that means that the out counts, and it ended the game, and they won, and they brought the fan on the field.
That's funny.
Here.
Okay.
Here, read it out loud for the stream.
I don't want to.
Why?
Look.
You stink. Okay, Wikipedia. The Savannah Bananas is an exhibition barnstorming. What the frig does that mean? Barnstorming baseball team based in Savannah, Georgia. They play a variation of baseball known as banana ball, which emphasizes showmanship, fan participation, and quick-paced games. The players engage in dance routines, comedic sketches, and other performances between and often during.
Read the next line.
They are often compared to the Harlem Globetrotters.
Though
the Savannah Bananas games are unscripted and competitive.
Oh, they're real.
Stop. Oh, you found your voice, did you? You found your voice, did you?
There's 4 teams, and they all compete. They just compete against these wacky rules.
While doing backflips and dances?
I guess.
I want to know if there's one player in the league who's just an enormous tryhard and is like, I'm here to play baseball.
They're minor league and college baseball players.
I don't dance. They're minor league and college baseball players?
Yeah, these are the guys who are like not good enough for majors.
So, like, is this on their like baseball reference page or? Like, what if a guy has like 300 RBIs in a year with the Savannah Bananas?
Yeah.
Like, does it count? Is that the new professional record?
I don't think he's getting into the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Why not?
Is what I'm saying. If he hits,
real baseball.
if he breaks Barry Bonds' record, I don't think he's getting into the Hall of Fame.
There's some guy who's just the Tony Hand of the Savannah Bananas League.
Chat. The Mariners were retired in the top of the 9th inning. 3 out. They're going to the bottom of the 9th.
Oh, do you hear the footsteps? Let's go.
7-run comeback.
Yeah, Jesse. Here, last question, and I'll let you go.
Okay.
How are you enjoying the fine art form of streaming for an unbelievable amount of time while your favorite team gets absolutely shaboinked in a playoff game?
I lost it for a little there. I had what the kids would call a crash out over Yario Rodriguez walking 3 straight batters and not even being able to hit the strike zone. It wasn't great. Then we got to talk about Airbud for a long while. That was good because Airbud is fun to chat about. But it's not enjoyable, Steve. I now know how you feel.
Yeah, you know what you should do? Is this for the rest of your life.
Do you have any advice?
No. You just continue to hope, and it continues to hurt your feelings. And the only difference is more people laugh at you year after year.
Yeah, your numbers just go up and up as people turn in to watch the sad clown.
Jesse, I just went to my first Leaf game of the season. I was invited by 3 Red Wings fans.
So it's your fault they blew that in
I'm
the 40 seconds left.
I'm a great person to watch the Leafs lose with, I've learned. Why would any fan of, like, I understand if some Leaf fans don't like me. If you cheer for another team, I don't understand why you don't just love me unconditionally.
Oh, I think people do.
Your team has probably murdered mine. Why does any Panthers fan not like me? You're weird.
Steve, I should have just had you join the stream. We're going for like 10 minutes here.
Yeah, because, buddy, this is, you know how you get to Carnegie Hall, don't you? I do this. I fill time while my team is getting murdered.
How many... Like, we got to know how much time over the last how many years you've had to kill on nights when the Leafs were just out of it. And, like, out of it by the second, you know?
Oh, my God. Well, yeah, they're usually game 7.
Even, like, the regular season ones where you know they don't have it by, like, the first period. And you're like, oh, it's going to be one of those nights.
There's been some bad ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually, like, pretty competitive, but, man, you're just like, well, hopefully they get something going here. And, like, and like you said, you go on your fiery, rampage, crash out or whatever, and people go, that was great. And 5 minutes has passed. And it's actually 2 minutes and 40 seconds of real game time.
Yeah.
And you just need to die for the next hour and a half.
And you're like, oh, yeah, there's 90 minutes left in this entire sporting event.
Yeah, so you go into your tickle trunk of props and you pull out your umpire mask and you're like, you're just doing bits.
It's not our umpire mask. It's our mask of shame.
Oh, well, there you go. Like, who the hell wants to hear about, like, all right, let's see if you can get a walk here.
Hey, David Schneider's 3-2 in the count right now against Hancock.
Damn, that's crazy. And if the next guy gets a home run, they'll be down 10-5.
We got a David Schneider walk, everybody. Let's go. Rally caps. None out, man on first.
You know what? I'm gonna hang up so you can enjoy the comeback, my friend. Enjoy your moment. I can't wait to talk to you about this tomorrow on the show.
All I want to talk about tomorrow was the stream on Saturday. I was glued to you after the game when you were arguing with Red Wings fans who somehow think that the Red Wings were good for the last 8 seasons.
I don't get it.
Like, I don't understand what was happening with the chat.
No, yeah, like even today, I was like, hey, I've been getting lots of, and they're like, oh, well, yeah, you went after the Swedish ones. You don't go after the Swedish ones. So I'm like, oh, okay. Like, apparently that's a thing. But we will talk about that on tomorrow's episode of the Steve Dangle podcast.
Okay, thank you so much for this 10-minute convo, because, yeah, this 9th inning would have been brutal without you.
You're welcome, pals. Darling Mrs. Dangle, do you have anything to say?
It's real.
It's real? That's great.
She's right. It's in the Wikipedia page. They're competitive matches.
Banana ball.
Do you click emails that you get from Facebook also?
Okay, bye.
Okay. Love you, bye.
Love you, bye. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Steve Dangle. That was good. That is why the LFR is delayed. We have a master class of an umpiring performance by Doug Eddings. We have to get back to the Doug Eddings Bowl because I don't know what's happening on the field, but I know behind the plate we got a master class from the umpire. Look at that 5th called strike. Oh my goodness. I don't think it's gotten worse than that all night. Foul ball there. Look at that nonsense. Wow. Put us out of our misery. The umpire is done with this thing. He wants to go home. You know, I would say that, but he's been calling balls and strike like that all night. Andres Jimenez grounds out. 1 out. 2 outs left in this game. 2 outs left. Whoo! What shall we do here with this final 2 outs of this game? We got Heather. Heather gifting 5 SDP memberships. Oh. Air horns don't even want to click anymore. You get confetti. Confetti's not clicking. DOS. Oh, okay. There's a member of the DOS for you, Heather. The giraffe is dancing on the logo. And that is what has survived these. When did we start? 3.5 hours? This 3.5 hour stream right now. George Springer finally puts this thing to bed. That's a double play. Game over. We don't have to watch the Blue Jays play baseball anymore tonight. Thank you for suffering through that with me. Double play, George Springer ends our miserable afternoon. The Mariners get up early. The Jays come back early. But through the rest of this thing, they had zero compete, and oh boy, am I happy that this one is over. It's only game 2, but it looks bleak with how the Jays have played so far in this series. The Bats have had 2.5 good innings. The first on both days, and then a little bit in the bottom of the second. Other than that, disappeared. Gone. Can't see them. They don't exist. The bullpen, disaster. Disaster from everyone. The Mariners getting big hits from big butts, and the rest of the lineup, their pitching staff with their noodle arms, fantastic in every respect. It looked good coming out of the Yankees series. Mariners, Tigers going 15 innings. Sunday, 48 hours ago, we were sitting pretty. And oh boy, how baseball can break your heart in an instance. That is why we love baseball. It's every day. It's nonstop. It is constant. It keeps on trucking. And if you are not giving your A game and playing up to your potential at all moments of when these games are running, because they run at all times, you find yourself in an 0-2 hole in the span of 2 days. You went from feeling good all Saturday to Monday at 8:30 thinking about your season being over and Cancun trips. The series switches to Seattle on Wednesday. I will be back here believing that the Blue Jays can make this a 2019 Raptors against Milwaukee's turn and make this thing a series. But we'll see. There isn't much evidence that they can do it, but I'm going to believe that they can, and I'll be back here on Wednesday to watch that game, and I hope that you will be back here as well to watch it with me. Thank you for hanging out through this whole thing. Thank you to Steve Dangle for calling in to fill some time. Oh boy, we needed that. Thank you to the Mask of Shame for protecting us from a little bit of shame. You guys are so much fun, chat. For all of the heartbreak that we suffered through here, you guys are awesome. You guys are really awesome. So thank you for being here. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be watching or listening right now, and I appreciate you for